Hello, welcome back. We're playing. We're continuing with Starfield on PC. We're playing with an RTX 4090 at 12900K. We are playing on max settings at 4K again, and I have the DLSS 2 and 3 frame gen mods installed, so basically it works in the background once you enable FSR. But what I've did is I've enabled the FSR so that the DLSS will work, but I have the render resolution as 100%, so basically it's acting like DLAA with having frame gen also enabled, which gives pretty good performance around anywhere from 70 to 90 frames, which is amazing. So we will continue on. We are doing, I believe it's the UC quest line. We're pretty much at the end now, where we have to go back and see, what was his name again? The Victus guy, because we found out some troubling information about what he was doing. And, yeah, it's been a really good quest line so far. I will say the quest lines in this game are pretty incredible, man. I've did the Freestar Rangers one. That was amazing. Had an awesome reward at the end, which was the Star Eagle ship. This guy here. And the UC one, I don't know what that will be. All right, what do we got here? Okay. I took off my suit. I don't remember doing that last night. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Let me see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So one cool thing they did with the game is basically there's lots of weapons, like lots of weapon slots here and health slots. It's pretty cool that you did that. I should put, what I should do is maybe I could put the trauma. Can I put that in a slot? I'll put right here. And then if I go like this, it's a trauma pack, med pack, 50 med packs. Oh my Jesus. Okay, let's continue on here. Yeah, I know I've been saying this and I'm repeating myself, but man, I don't actually know if it's this way I gotta go.
I suggest stowing any Freestar Collective memorabilia in your possession out of sight while we are here.
Oh, okay. Huh. What do I have here? This is the Striker. Armor plate. Do I have anything that's... I don't think I have anything. Maybe he's talking about this stuff? I'm sure he's talking about something. He said Freestar Collective. That's cool. I'm not sure. Unless he's talking about what I'm wearing, but I've worn this before in New Atlantis, and I never had any issue, I don't think. See, does it say anything? I don't think it does. Okay. Well, Vasco, thanks for the heads up, but I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see if I can sell some stuff. Sell from the Star Eagle. was gonna sell this. It's a good little shotgun though. Or a rifle, I should say. Sell this. I don't really use that. Keep that for now. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna sell this guy right now. I'll sell that. Sell that. Maybe. That's .50 caliber. That's .50 caliber. And this one is less. Sell that. They're kind of the same, aren't they? This one has a better mod, doesn't it? Sell that guy. Sell this. What? You'll get less than... Value's 24.83. Oh, it's because he's running out of money. Okay. Sell that guy. And I'm gonna keep that for now. Which one was this? This was my original Mantis one. Get rid of some of these Mantis ones. That's the Ranger. Don't find that. Keep that guy. Okay. 8. I'll just leave everything for now.
Anything I can help you with?
That's good. No, I'm good. What? Just 1 second here. I'm having issues again with my audio. Take this and plug it back in here. See if that helps. There we go. Okay, that's plugged in. Okay, I think I know what the issue is here. Yeah, there we go. I didn't. Hello. Yeah, that's much better. There we go. Yeah, there we go. It's perfect. I had the volume on my Windows, my PC at like half or whatever, and but you got to put it up to 100% and then use the volume on your headset to control. All right, let's finish off this UC mission. Yeah, but anyway, Starfield so far for me, man, after like 40 hours in, I'd have to give it a solid, I don't know, like an 8 to a 9 for me, for sure. See, I keep forgetting to do that. I keep hurting myself because I forget that when I boost up, I have to like hit it one more time. I got to start getting into that habit. Yeah, the game has been great. And I read yesterday that they are also bringing DLSS officially to the game. So that's amazing. Won't have to use any mods or anything then. Okay, this is, I always get this mixed up because it says go up there, but really it's over here. Speak to Victus. Yeah, this booster is interesting. Retrieve waiting. What? Flower? Okay, what are you trying to tell me to do, game? No. Okay. I'll go back to this guy. A legacy forged. 500 credits have been sent home to your parents. Story of my life. Oh shit. Here we go. Now, buddy, you got some explaining.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places,
Londinian.
I presumed you must be onto something big.
Oh
Did you
yes.
find what
Not
you were
onto
looking
something.
for?
We know something. Oh, we did, and a whole lot more. We know you were behind the attacks on New Atlantis. I don't know. Is there anything you want to tell me about your time in?
Good news then.
No, buddy.
So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no?
We found a recording of you discussing the use of Terramorphs as a weapon. I know you're involved in attacking.
Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that?
We've recovered a recording, an invisible weapon you were talking about the terrorists because you're the only other person who knew that the Lazarus plant could be weaponized. You and him and his colleague that killed himself on that ship.
That's quite the claim, Captain. I hate to think
Fess
what
up.
would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the cabinet.
What's up, buddy?
Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
No more lies, confess or turn over what I found. Sorry, I'm telling the cabinet that what we learned. So you really don't know anything? No more lies, confess or turn.
You know you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words then?
Yes.
I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing.
You bastard.
Years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Yes. Because you're a madman and murderer, and you live to sow death to work on something that long. That seems personal. No better way to show the UC what a deadly weapon they have than to use it. Who have you been working for? I'm going to say to work on something that long. This seems personal.
You can be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, there we go. Let me just see sound. There we go. Okay. Please, no secret is so dangerous that you can justify condemning so many lives. You just said it took you years to use the plant outside London, and you killed them for nothing? The information should have been handed over, secured it to keep it from ever being used. You just said it took you years to use the plant. for nothing.
These were the final days of the colony war, Captain. The Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. I was concerned that if word got out, the Collective could swoop down, start breeding Lazarus plants, and overrun our worlds with waves of terramorphs. Just like what was happening on Londinian at that very moment. Sealing off the city to prevent mass death, it was the only option that made sense at the time.
Fewer people knew about it. Please, no secret is so dangerous.
Easy to say now, but in that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
So you murdered UC Sims because of some slight against your honor. I think you're very clever. Why does that sound familiar? That's the guy that I don't know who he is. You could have coordinated all this for me. How could you? And why the hell do you care if the UC wants you as an advisor? So you murdered UC Sim because of some slight against your honor. I'm gonna say this.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Your messes. If you're waiting for me to say thank you, we're going to be here a while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame.
Which
Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
You know, I'm not sure what I'm going to tell the Cabinet. That's a tricky one. So he basically wiped out an area, a city, to keep the secret of the terramorphs and how they are formed, to prevent it from getting into the wrong hands during warfare, which I'm sure there was better ways to do it, but I do understand in a way. And secondly, he arranged attacks in the UC, which resulted in people dying, so that his daughter's honor could be restored, and his in a way. So he's saying, though, if he's kept alive, there's other threats that they want to take out. So that's like other missions or whatever. Okay, I'm just going to say I'm not sure what I'm going to tell the cabinet. What kind of work are we talking about here? Let me see what...
Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over.
Okay.
It would help me.
That would be cool, though.
Like you did with Orlays. Track them down.
Going around hunting the different war criminals.
If the cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do, it sucks, but I'm going to tell the cabinet it was his colleague that did it. He's already dead. He's already, you know, and what this guy did is definitely not acceptable, and he is a bit of a maniac. But okay.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done...
Okay. What is this? There's two things here. Speak to... Retrieve waiting followers. What is that? That keeps popping up now and then. Retrieve.
Hello, Captain.
Let's trade gear. Does he have...
Allow me to assist you with carrying your items.
Vasco, you... Oh, I forgot about all that stuff he got. He doesn't have anything. I don't know if there's a bug or something, but the game keeps telling me.
Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
Retrieve waiting followers. I don't know what that wants me to do. Am I like an idiot or something? And then it goes away and it disappears. It's so weird. Is there anything here that says retrieve waiting? Might be a little bug or something. Yeah, I don't see anything here, so I'll just ignore it for now. See, it comes up again. Retrieve waiting followers. Mission updated. Oh, it looks like it's an activity. From the symbol. Okay, what is this? Retrieve waiting. Something
Captain, hello.
Let's get moving.
I am satisfied to see that you survived your most right away.
Did I do it? I think so. There were 16, wasn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's more now. I don't see that. I think that's gone, though. Okay. Okay. Anyways. Vasco. One thing I don't do with gaming, I hardly ever use a headset with gaming. I'm always using my speakers, but man, using a headset is so much more immersive when you're gaming. I need to do it more often. How do I get out of this place?
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Aciles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed.
Okay.
So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
Lie. It was a man named. He perpetrated the attacks. Actually, I think I'm gonna lie. It sucks. But the reason why I'm doing this is to get the other missions from him to track down to be like a bounty hunter. I know I'm going to be working for a madman, but I think it's cool that you get all these other missions.
Orlays? Reginald Orlays? He did this? I didn't think he was still alive. You're sure it was him?
Yes. Positive. The evidence is on its way to the cabinet as we speak.
That's some impressive work. So then give us the rundown. Where's Orlays now?
Dead.
Were you able to bring him in?
No, I tried. But he took his own life instead of coming peacefully.
I'm sorry to hear that. Those sorts of missions are always tough.
I'll tell the
Any
truth
idea
for
why he might
everything
have done
but
it?
that.
Or what he was doing with the plant?
Not sure. I never found a confession, I'll say that. Wait, now, lie. He found a plant while searching Londinian for weapon data and chose to use it against the UC. I never found a confession. He thought he was doing the right thing, making sure no one could ignore the Lazarus plant. Not sure. I never found a confession. I kinda did, though. That's lying, though. He found a plant while searching Londinian for weapon data. Just use it against
Hey,
you.
you're not done, right? Another madman justifying butchery. Well, at least he won't be able to hurt anybody else now. Might be the best we could ask for, given the circumstances. So I guess there's nothing else to do but get this all in front of the cabinet. Unless there were other things we needed to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Last call. So both approaches to clearing our worlds are effective against. What kind of risk are there if we decide to bring back?
Aciles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly.
That's those big
But they've already been spread
animals.
far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Aciles, we're at least dealing with known risks.
Okay.
We shouldn't keep the cabinet waiting.
Unite the colonies into Freestar Collective. Okay, nothing else on my end. Let's head in there. Which method of dealing with tumors are you leaning towards? She's gonna go use those just declaring that our worlds are effective against.
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Aseles seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Wow.
Hell of a sight to watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
I would like to see that.
Microbe is gonna make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
Okay.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant. And then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
You're being paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
I do know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0. So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet wait. See if they have a preference.
You know, I was just thinking after I was playing last night about the storyline of Starfield, which I love, by the way. But there's a massive amount of lore and everything. I'm just wondering, you know, if they would have been better off having the first game, Starfield here, that just released, basically rewinding the time a bit and starting off the story for when the colony wars were in effect and everything. I do think, though, if they do make another Starfield game, which I'm sure they will, they need to do a prequel and basically have it during the time when the colony wars were in effect and all of that. I think that would have been amazing, because a lot of the lore and everything they talk about, the different, like after the war came to an end, they arrested a bunch of people and then they outlawed a bunch of war tactics that were being used, like using mechs and stuff like that. And if they had a game, a prequel, basically showing all of that, that'd be actually amazing. Okay, nothing else on my end. Let's head in there.
Here we go.
1 second here. I just gotta use the bathroom. Oh. Jesus. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's go do this and lie to everybody and make sure Victus gets off with it in order to get those other missions. What?
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
Yes, this is correct, ma'am. It was a deliberate attack, yes, but don't worry. We found the culprit. There we go. Is that second report from who I think it's from? Yes.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then,
She's saying, shut up. Let me finish.
Did Reginald Orles commit these attacks, Captain?
Did Reginald Orles? Yes. The report isn't the whole truth. Orles helped. So if I do that, I won't get the other missions. But that is kind of the right thing to do. I do get it, though. I keep saying this, but I do. Some of the things that Vivictus did, I do get it. Like, there's a part of me that gets it a little bit because of the situation he was in during a warfare situation. He didn't want that information getting out because it could be catastrophic in war times. But the way he went about it was completely wrong. I think you should tell them.
I do not appreciate information being withheld.
That appears to be the case, ma'am. The captain tracked that information down just after our trip to Londinian.
Reginald Orles? Wasn't there a report he'd been killed recently?
Body was found floating around Etheria. Report mentioned you were sent to try and bring him in, Captain. I guess that didn't go according to plan.
Ah, yes. I was told about your mission and who ordered it. Did you two suspect at the time Orles might have been involved in the attacks?
No idea, man. We just thought we were dealing with a known criminal. Just a lucky coincidence. I was surprised as all of you. What are you saying? No idea, man. We just thought we were dealing with a known criminal. Just a lucky coincidence. I was surprised as all of you.
Well, it appears you were ahead of the curve. This report contains definitive evidence Orles triggered the attacks via this Lazarus plant the captain and Major Sanan uncovered.
Simply harrowing.
Indeed. Though it would have been preferable for him to have finally faced the UC's justice, it seems both of you are to be commended for ensuring he was dealt with before he could strike again. You have our thanks. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Agreed, that's the right call, ma'am. Ma'am, I believe the other fractions should be involved in securing the Lazarus plant. Securing the plant isn't enough. It should be wiped out. I do think that.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
Hard for everyone to commit new attacks on the plant. With the plant, if we erase any trace of it, destroying it and asking the Freestar Collector to help proves UC has no ill intentions. I do think that should happen, in a way. It's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one. It's tricky politics. To tell your rival that you're currently on somewhat good terms with about this. If tomorrow comes or next week comes and you're in war again, then he knows that critical information, which he could use to his
Gather your
benefit,
thoughts,
and so could.
and let's continue.
Except it's hard for anyone to commit new attacks with the plant if we erase any trace of it. Destroying it and asking Freezer collect health proves the UC has no ill intentions.
That is an idea with some merit to it. Decrease the likelihood of anything like this occurring again, and further relations between our two factions.
2 birds with a single stone. Very well. We'll include the collective in the removal process.
I think so.
Thank you for the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've been having similar debates ourselves, but the captain has yet to weigh in.
Fuck.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but
No,
we'd
it's
like
not.
to know your take on the matter.
Deploying the Aseles is the safest route. That's my vote. Terrorists have caused enough damage. They need to be wiped out quickly with the... Do we need to do anything? Shouldn't destroying the Lazarus plant be sufficient? Yeah, but there's still... I don't know. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. I still have questions. I'm going to research this, because I'm not sure...
We're waiting on you, Captain.
Shouldn't... Let me try this first.
I believe we have a responsibility to do something, yes. Heavens forbid, years from now, someone reopens the Pandora's box that Orle's discovered. It falls to us to enact every measure required to ensure that day never comes.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Why are you trusting
The
my
matter is
judgment?
settled.
I'm not an expert in this matter.
We'll begin the process immediately. Today,
It should be your-
marks
your-
day
you
one for
guys
the
making that
United
decision.
Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude.
Give me the money!
Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1?
Ooh!
For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What does that
What he
mean?
means to say is,
We
thank
getting
you,
paid?
ma'am.
Getting
Oh,
our
yeah,
asses
yeah.
paid?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam President. Where's my money? What's a Class 1 citizen?
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies.
Okay.
or done great things for its cause.
Okay.
Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement.
Ooh.
An additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods.
Whoa.
And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Sounds like she wants to come to the penthouse with you. Just say thank you.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
$14,000. So I thought I read somewhere that you're supposed to get like 100,000. Jesus. Wait a second here now. Okay. I just want to see what the reward is. Most of the rewards that you earn during your UC Vanguard for Quest. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like 100,000 you're supposed to get. 14,000's okay. How much money do I have now? 191. Okay. Now, let's see. Taste of home. Message. False positives. Rough landing. I haven't seen Sam Coe in a while. I'm gonna go see him because I kind of like having him around instead of the robot. Because the robot gets in my way during battles. Where's the mission to, I seen a pop, to start taking down those criminals. Okay, speak to very victims about working together. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to go speak to him now, just so that I'm not going to do the mission, but at least I can get it populated. Because he's right there. What do I, there's two things here. Let's go here first, and then I'll go to the NAT station. See, that thing keeps popping up. Retrieve waiting followers. How on earth did you
UC
measure?
executioner. So,
I mean-
once we'd cracked synthesizing the Lazarus plant's pollen, research that took years in and of itself, the attacks were exceedingly simple. Orlaze's ship would land on our target, bearing a few heat leeches. Nothing that would raise suspicion. Then Lazarus pollen was pumped out of the ship during liftoff from the planet's surface. Shortly thereafter, an attack. A strike perpetrated in mere moments, with no one being the wiser.
Evil bastard. I wanted to ask, during the outbreak, why not try to evacuate? Why blow the spaceport? Okay.
We were in the middle of an all-out war, Captain. Committing ships to save the city would have left another undefended. Which city would you prefer I'd sacrificed? Sidonia? Gagarin? New Atlantis? And if anyone else had learned about the Lazarus plant, well, the risk was too great. I weighed the options and made the call.
Okay. Do you know this? It's you. Why did UC lose the colony war?
I'll tell you why. Because the UC was, and is, full of people unwilling to pay the price required for victory. In the last days of the war, the UC was on the precipice of executing a final great assault on the Freestar Collective home system of Cheyenne. A massive strike, capable of obliterating Freestar Central Command and ending the conflict at long last.
Okay, I'm guessing things didn't go to plan. Go on. Why wait so long? Why not just knock out the leadership early? Maybe.
But just before we could launch the strike, word came from Londinian. The Terramorph outbreak had begun. I went to the city to assess the state of things, and discovered the Lazarus plant. We couldn't spare ships for a proper quarantine, so it was my decision to destroy the spaceport and seal off the city. Deal with it quickly, so we could get back to winning the war.
Wouldn't want all those innocent lives distracting you from your galactic war. Sacrifice one city to save others, I suppose. I can see the logic there. If you were able to get in, why couldn't you get the citizens of London? You know, didn't I just answer?
I had a single ship. What would you have had me do? Ask them and the Terramorphs to form a line, and the UC fleet was spread thin already.
Okay.
No. I touched down, assessed the situation, made a decision, and returned to the task at hand. Very well. So upon my return from Londinian, we proceeded with our killing blow. Initially, we had great success against the mess the Freestar Collective called a Navy. But then the Freestar citizenry decided to get involved. Dozens of civilian ships jumping in to shield their military counterparts. I, of course, had no trouble firing on what should have been designated enemy vessels.
That's
But
why.
my peers had lost the stomach for it. So many lives lost already, they wailed. So the great UC Navy was routed by a mob. They picked our ships apart. The UC surrendered not long after. And thus rang the death knell for the great UC.
That's a bad roll of the dice, I guess. Sounds like the only person you have to blame for DC's defeat is yourself. Bested by civilians. Bested by civilians. Ironic considering the civilians you sacrificed on Londinian.
It's human nature to see patterns, even when there are none. What ended...
Let's talk about the work.
Well, thanks to our combined efforts, the Sanan name has more clout with the cabinet than it has in years. I hope to build on that. I have a long list of names civilized society would be better without. I just need someone to help me remove them from the picture. Should we begin the hunt?
Yes.
Or did you have questions?
Actually, this was a snake on leave. Let's get started.
Just what I was hoping to hear. There's a slate waiting for you in the transfer system.
Okay, did it populate? I've agreed to help. first. Where's this stupid slate he's talking about? Okay, first I gotta figure out what's highlighted. Oh, it wants me to proceed with the main mission. Okay, let me just see first. Let me get the list.
Those are the details for our first,
Eliminate the target. Okay. Okay, I picked up that.
interest. Eliminate
Alright, you evil bastard. I will assassinate your targets.
though I would expect some resistance when trying to approach the target.
Look at it. Look at his quarters he lives in.
With any you encounter,
He's got a nice old spot there, man. Got a bar, got a nice lounge area. All right. Wasn't I to get a penthouse and all that? Where the hell do I go to see all that? Deliver Jake Stout. Where is the... Oh. What? Okay. What are you barking at, Max? Now, I wanted to see something. What's the worst they've earned during DCI Aggro West Side and Starfield all XP Cross? Grunt work. How did I know? Most of the awards that you earn during UC come on. Grunt work and friends like these. Did I already complete that? What is going on here? Friends like these, I already completed that. There's another one called Grunt Work, and I've completed that too. Okay. I don't think the rewards for the UC mission wasn't very great though, compared to like the Freestar Rangers one. But the Freestar Rangers one was harder. Like most of the missions were pretty normal, but the one mission where you had to confront the first and kill their leader, that mission was really tough, man. If I had known that, I would have basically did some other stuff and leveled up a bit before doing that one, and that's when I wasn't stocking up on med packs and ammo. But man, took me quite a few tries to do that one. All right, what am I doing here? There's so much side activity. Like, it's taken away from the main missions, but look how much. Like, each one of these turns into a mission. There's like there's over 16 of those, and then there's all of these, which are missions. And then this is another faction quest line right here. Like, this game is massive, absolutely fucking massive. But how long have I been streaming here now? An hour. I think I might end it here for now. I'll be back in a couple hours. I just got a few things to do here and get that over with, and then I'll come back and continue on with my Starfield playthrough. Thanks for watching, and if you do decide to watch, please consider hitting that like button. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.